So, in last session, we have discussed the conditions or the circumstances under which secondary evidence can be given in place of a primary evidence. So, all the conditions are provided under section 60 of the Sakshya Adhiniyam. So, from today, we have to just complete one topic, that is in relation to when any person who is legally bound to produce the document, a notice shall be sent to him to produce the document before the court. जब किसी पक्षकार के द्वारा वैध तरीके से दस्तावेज पेश करने का कर्तव्य हो तो उसको पहले एक सूचना पत्र भेजना अनिवार्य होता है। अगर वो उसके बावजूद भी वह दस्तावेज पेश ना करे तो फिर दूसरा पक्षकार उसका गौण साक्ष्य पेश कर सकता है। That we have already discussed under section 60. When any party who is legally bound to produce the document and notice is being sent to him and he still does not produce the document, then the other party is free to produce the secondary document, secondary type of evidence of that document. So now we have to discuss the connected issue in relation to that, where even no notice is required to produce the document. It means that from the circumstances it can be inferred that the party is duty bound to produce that document. So under section 64, it provides the rules where even notice is not required to produce the document. So section 64, धारा 64 के अंतर्गत यह बताया गया है कि जब पक्षकार के ऊपर कर्तव्यबंध होता है कि उसको अपना साक्ष्य, दस्तावेज का प्रमुख साक्ष्य पेश करने का कर्तव्यबंध होता है, तो परिस्थितियों के अनुसार ही उसको पेश करना होता है। तो इसके अनुसार हमारे पास 6 ऐसी परिस्थितियां हैं कि सूचना पत्र भेजने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। सो डायरेक्टली the other party can produce the secondary type of document without giving a legal notice to the party in whose possession the primary document is. So these conditions are as follow. And the first condition is that when the document is to be proved is itself a notice. So if the document which is need to be proved before the court is itself a notice, so the other party can directly give the secondary type of evidence of that notice. So the other party is not duty bound to give the notice to the other party to prove the primary evidence of that notice. So second condition, when from the nature of the case the adverse party must know that he will be required to produce it. So when the party in whose possession the primary document is, पक्षकार जिसके कब्जे में प्रमुख साक्ष्य है, दस्तावेज का प्रमुख साक्ष्य है, और वो परिस्थितियों के अनुसार अनुमान लगा सकता है कि उसको वह प्रमुख साक्ष्य पेश करने की जरूरत है, तो दूसरा पक्षकार के द्वारा उसको वैध सूचना पत्र देने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। So it means that when the adverse party in whose possession the primary document is, he knows himself from the situations arising in the court during trial that he will be duty bound to produce that document, then the other party is not required to give the notice to that adverse party to produce the primary nature of evidence of that particular document. So we have discussed 2 situations in which notice is not required. Now let's move to the third situation, when it appears or is proved that adverse party has obtained possession of the original by fraud or force. जब जिस पक्षकार के कब्जे में प्रमुख साक्ष्य है, तो और यह दूसरा पक्षकार साबित कर देता है कि उसने उस प्रमुख साक्ष्य का कब्जा छल से, मतलब कि धोखे से या फिर बल प्रयोग करके उस साक्ष्य प्रमुख साक्ष्य का कब्जा लिया है, तो दूसरा पक्षकार सीधे तौर से उसका गौण साक्ष्य न्यायालय के सामने पेश कर सकता है बिना किसी सूचना पत्र के दिए। ठीक है जी। सो लेट्स मूव टू द फोर्थ सिचुएशन, when the adverse party or its agent has the original in the court. When the primary evidence of a particular document is already submitted in the court by that adverse party or by his agent, then also the other party is not required to give the legal notice to produce the document to the adverse party in whose possession the document is. So let's move to the fifth situation, when the adverse party or its agent has admitted the loss of the document. जब पक्षकार जिसके कब्जे में प्रमुख साक्ष्य है और या उसने या उसके एजेंट ने, एजेंट मीन्स स्वामी, उसका प्रतिनिधि के द्वारा या फिर पक्षकार के द्वारा स्वीकार किया गया है कि दस्तावेज का प्रमुख साक्ष्य गुम चुका है, तो फिर दूसरा पक्षकार को उसका सूचना पत्र देने की जरूरत नहीं होगी एंड डायरेक्टली ही कैन प्रोड्यूस द सेकेंडरी नेचर ऑफ एविडेंस ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर डॉक्यूमेंट। ठीक है जी। सो इट मीन्स दैट द एडवर्स पर्सन इन हुज पोजेशन द डॉक्यूमेंट इज, द प्राइमरी डॉक्यूमेंट इज, has himself admitted or his agent has himself admitted that the document has been lost. So let's move to the last situation, that is the sixth situation, where the person in possession of the document is out of reach or not subject to the process of the court. When any person in whose possession the document is not in the control of the court or is not subject to the process of the court, यानी कि उस पर कोर्ट न्यायालय की प्रक्रिया लागू ही नहीं होती, तो फिर क्या है, दूसरा पक्षकार सीधे तौर पे दस्तावेज का गौण साक्ष्य पेश कर देगा बिना किसी सूचना पत्र दिए। ठीक है जी। जब किसी व्यक्ति है उस पर न्यायालय की प्रक्रिया लागू ही नहीं हो रही, तो फिर दूसरा पक्षकार सीधे तौर पे उसका गौण साक्ष्य, दस्तावेज का गौण साक्ष्य पेश कर देगा। उसको दूसरे विरोधी पक्षकार को सूचना पत्र देने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। So these are the 6 situations under which no notice is required to be given to the adverse party, and directly the other party can directly produce the secondary nature of evidence of that particular document. So by this we have completed primary evidence, and along with we have taken the secondary evidence, and after that we have discussed all those situations under which the secondary evidence can be given in place of a primary evidence. And after that we have also studied the interconnected issue in relation to section 60 and subclause A and part 3, in which any person who is legally bound to produce it, and the notice is being given to that person who is legally bound to produce the document, and even after giving the notice he still does not produce the document, then the secondary evidence can be given. And we have discussed 6 situations where notice is also even not required and the other party can directly produce the secondary type of evidence. So now we will be discussing how the document is proved and in relation to when it is required by law to be attested. First we will discuss what is mean by attestation. Attestation means पुष्टिकरण करना किसी भी दस्तावेज का. It means that any person who is a witness, who has seen the parties who are executing the document in front of his eyes, or the both parties admit before that witness that they have executed the document, then that person will be considered as a attesting witness. So we will be discussing in detail under Transfer of Property Act and attestation is provided under definition clause of Transfer of Property Act. So as of now आपको सिर्फ समझना है अटेस्टेशन क्या होता है. अटेस्टेशन मीन्स एनी पर्सन हु कंफर्म्स दैट इन हुज प्रेजेंस द डॉक्यूमेंट हैज बीन एग्जीक्यूटेड बाय द पार्टीज, या फिर जो दो पक्षकार हैं, दो या जितने भी पक्षकार हैं जिन्होंने दस्तावेज को एग्जीक्यूट किया है, वह आकर उस अटेस्टिंग विटनेस, अटेस्टिंग गवाह के सामने आकर स्वीकार करें कि हमने यह डॉक्यूमेंट एग्जीक्यूट किया है. सो दैट पर्सन विल बी अ अटेस्टिंग विटनेस. So under section 67 we will be discussing how the document which is required by law to be attested will be proved in the court. It states that if a document is required by law to be attested, it shall not be used as evidence until one attesting witness at least has been called for the purpose of proving its execution, if there be an attesting witness alive and subject to the process of the court and capable of giving evidence. Suppose, so there are requirements for executing particular documents. If the law prescribes that the document has to be attested by at least one witness, so in that situation the document which is required by law to be attested, उसकी न्यायालय के सामने कैसे सबूत पेश होगा? उसके साथ जो अटेस्टिंग विटनेस हैं, कितने भी हो सकते हैं, 2 या 3, जितने भी हो सकते हैं, as required by law, but under भारतीय साक्ष्य अधिनियम only one attesting witness is required. जो उसका अटेस्टिंग गवाह होगा उसको न्यायालय के बीच बुलाना पड़ेगा और वह क्या डिपोज करेगा? वह डिपोज करेगा दैट आई एम द अटेस्टिंग विटनेस, कि मेरे आंखों के सामने या मेरे को दोनों पक्षकारों ने आकर बताया कि हमने यह दस्तावेज को एग्जीक्यूट किया. सो दैट इज द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट in order to prove a document which is required by law to be attested. So that attesting witness must be alive and must be capable of giving evidence before the court. ठीक है जी. So if the person who is the attesting witness is dead, तो क्या होगा? तो उसका signature हुआ होगा as a attesting witness on the document, then that document then the signature on that document has to be proved. ठीक है जी. सो ਇਹਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਜ਼ੋ ਆ, when any particular document that is required by law to be being attested and also required by law to be registered under section 17 of the registration act of 1908, under section 17, अगर कानून उसको कह रहा है कि यह दस्तावेज को साथ ही साथ रजिस्टर भी कराना पड़ेगा, अगर वह अंडर इंडियन रजिस्ट्रेशन एक्ट 1908 के अंडर रजिस्टर किया गया है, तो उसका अटेस्टिंग विटनेस को बुलाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट अगर वह विल है, अगर डॉक्यूमेंट विल है, तो अटेस्टिंग विटनेस को बुलाना ही पड़ेगा. ठीक है जी. सो ਇੱਥੇ ਦੋ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੇ. बेसिकली इफ एनी डॉक्यूमेंट विच इज़ बीइंग रजिस्टर्ड अंडर इंडियन रजिस्ट्रेशन एक्ट, तो उसका अटेस्टिंग विटनेस को बुलाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट इसका भी आगे एक एक्सेप्शन है, इवन दो इट इज़ बीइंग रजिस्टर्ड एज अ विल, तो बुलाना ही पड़ेगा. तो अटेस्टिंग विटनेस को न्यायालय के सामने बुलाना ही पड़ेगा, चाहे कि वो विल रजिस्टर की गई है इवन अंडर इंडियन रजिस्ट्रेशन एक्ट. ठीक है जी. सो सेक्शन 68 डील्स विद दैट when the attesting witness is not found or is not alive, then his signature has to be proved. Signature कैसे prove होंगे? It can be by expert evidence or any person who has seen the handwriting of that person, that we have already discussed under section 39, that is in relation to expert opinion, or any person who has seen that particular person being writing in front of him, that will be under section 41. So all the opinions of that expert persons or even the third persons who has seen him writing will be a relevant facts. So under section 68, if that attesting witness is not alive, then his signature can be proved. So section 69, it deals with the admission of execution by party to attest a document. The admission of a party to an attested document of its execution by himself shall be sufficient proof of its execution against him. ठीक है जी. So if if the party, the opposite party himself admits that he has executed that particular document. Suppose there is a suit between A and B. So A has filed suit for specific performance of a contract against B regarding the sale of a house. So A is a purchaser and B is the seller. So A has filed suit for specific performance. So he want to purchase the house. So A produces the agreement to sell entered between A and B. So here in the suit, the B himself admits that he has entered the contract with A to sell his house. So that will be a sufficient for proving that particular document for the purpose of attestation. ठीक है जी. So section 70, it deals with the other evidences. Suppose the attesting witness becomes hostile, or he states that he has not or he states that he is not the attesting witness. ठीक है जी. कई बार क्या होता है कि जो अटेस्टिंग विटनेस होता है उसको याद नहीं रहता, या फिर वो सही मेंटल सिचुएशन में नहीं होता, तो वह क्या कह देता है कि मेरे सामने यह दस्तावेज एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ. तो फिर क्या पक्षकार के पास क्या रेमेडी बचता है कि वह कोई और प्रकार का साक्ष्य भी न्यायालय के सामने पेश कर सकता है. दैट कैन बी इन रिलेशन टू अदर एविडेंसेस ऑफ अदर रेलिवेंट फैक्ट्स. So he can produce any evidence in relation to a particular relevant fact. Suppose both the parties were, it depends upon the facts and circumstances of the case. So section 71, an attested document not required by law to be attested may be proved as it was unattested. So document which is not required by law to be attested, उसकी attesting witness को बुलाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. ठीक है जी. So section 72 deals with the proving of signature, of the physical signature of the particular person, that can be done by the particular evidences in relation to a expert opinion or in relation to a evidence by any third person. So that deals with the section 72, and section 73 deals with e-signatures. ठीक है जी. How e-signatures are proved? E-signatures are proved with the help of chief of the examiner of electronic records. Any person who is a controller of the certifying authority, he has to produce the document that the particular signature is of the particular person. So section 73 deals with the proving of e-signature, and section 72 it deals with the proving of the physical signatures on a particular document. ठीक है जी. So by this we have completed the process how the document which is required by law to be attested is to be proved. So from tomorrow we will be starting with the public documents and private documents. So that is another category of the documents in relation to the characteristics of a particular document. Any document which is accessible to all is the document of public nature, and the document which is only accessible to particular private individuals, that will be considered as a private document. So we will be discussing in detail, so what are the major features and differences between the public and private documents under section 74. So as of now you have to study all the sections in relation to the documents which are required by law to be attested. So as of now we are ending the session. So from tomorrow we'll be starting from section 74 of the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam.